Blues would win game 1 because, well, they didn't. But I did predict Queensland to wrap up the series in game 2. So can we go 2 for 1 in this year's State of Origin predictions? Well, let's get into it. We're not going to talk about this one for long because honestly, while a lot of people say it's not a dead rubber, for a Blues fan, yes, I know. Trust me, no one wants to avoid the sweep more than this guy who considers our 2021 team probably the best ever since I've been alive, and even we couldn't get the sweep. And the thought of people saying that this Queensland side is better than our 2021 Blues side, yeah, I guess that's why I want us to avoid the sweep. But let's not beat around the bush. Let's get straight into this Game 3 prediction. As always, ladies and gentlemen, drop your comment down below. Who do you think wins Game 3 of the 2023 State of Origin series? Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming your way. But the Game 1, the Game 2 previews, they're out of the way. And unfortunately, I would love here to be sitting here talking about a decider, ranking those sweet, sweet views. But instead, it seems that all hope for New South Wales fans is gone. This is the worst it's felt to be a Blues fan, certainly since Freddie took over. I would say pre-2014. Even after like 2017 Game 1, there was hope. Even in 2016, I know we were trying to avoid the sweep then, but Paul Gallen's last game, you knew the boys were going to get around it. But for some reason, as a Blues fan, it just seems dim. We're at home. Look, a lot of people, especially the big dogs, are going to talk about how the Blues can, celebrate Origin. We finally have it. We should sell it out. And look, we should sell it out. Queensland would sell it out. They did in 2018. But I'm not going, and like I said, I want to avoid the sweep as much as any New South Wales fan. But it's hard, especially the way it's been. I think I don't want to get into Freddie again. Sorry to get my words twisted, but I don't want to get into Freddie again. I've done that in so many videos over the past few weeks. A lot of people feel burnt by him, me included, so I can understand a lot of people why they don't want to go to Game 3. And I know a lot of people aren't even going to watch Game 3. Now, look, that's a bit far. I mean, I just watched, while it was a good game, Titans-Dolphins. But if I'm going to watch Titans-Dolphins, I'm going to be watching some State of Origin football. But let's just get to the game itself. The Blues have made a buttload of changes. If you want to hear my thoughts on the Blues team, then there is a video that I made a week ago. But can the Blues avoid the sweep? Well, they definitely can. In my opinion, it's probably the best forward pack that they have picked. Now, I would have kept Bolo and Stefano Payne-Haas, obviously his injury, but Jake Trbojevic, he was always a lock to come back in, and I like the back row. Liam Martin, Keon Kolomatangi, and Cameron Murray. Still no room for my boy Haumole Olakau'atu, and the fact he hasn't even been mentioned makes me think that Freddie has a death wish on who has been probably a top 3 back rower this season and last season as well. I don't really see how the bench is going to work, but like I said, my full thoughts. Actually, to be honest, it was more a rant, but just go watch the rant anyway. As for Queensland, it's a gun side. I can't wait to see how Corey Horsburgh goes. A few Queenslanders, look, there's a few Wally Lewis medals on the line. I think Reece Walsh was probably in the box seat before obviously he's going to miss Game 3. The Hammers up there. DCE had his incredible Game 1 and his incredible moment in Game 2. Ruben Cotter, Paddy Carrigan, Lindsay Collins might be the favourite at the moment with no Reece Walsh. So there's a lot to play for the Queenslanders. I mean, they're 8 in a row, bloody 11 and 12 side. They only swept us once. So for this Queensland team, it would mean a lot for Munster, DCE, their Origin legacy, because those two, they're one of the best halves combinations in the Origin era, in Origin history, and just two of the best halves in Origin. For them to get a sweep under their belt would only add to their legacy. You talk about this Queensland and this Blues side and how the Blues side's always been better on paper. These two have been the main reason why we can't keep winning. As for the Blues, look, it's a different side. We sort of already went through that. The back line, Bradman Best, there's probably a million other ways I would have gone, but I really hope Bradman does well. Fox could be his last Origin game. Could be James Tedesco's last Origin game. Could be Cody Walker's. There's a lot of players here who you think this could be just their final Origin game. Not the way I would lean picking a Game 3 team for the Blues if you're down 2-0, but heck, that's the way Freddie has gone. So I do think our attack could be better with Cody Walker. I would have gone Nicho Hynes and Mitchell Moses, or maybe Cody Walker and Nicho Hynes if you wanted to pick Cody, but that's not the way they've gone. Cody Walker always has a try assist in him, and he's got some decent weapons. Bradman Best isn't the way I would go, but, Stafford Toa. I know Val's going to be in a Queensland jersey, not a Cowboys jersey, but if he can do a job on Val on any 80-minute day, then so can Bradman Best. Crichton's been in near career best form. To'o, he's incredible as well. Maybe if the Fox gets in some open space, he can prove to us why he was so missed last year, because unfortunately, he hasn't really hit his stride so far in this series. But as for a prediction, ladies and gentlemen, look, it's a 50-50. Obviously, I'm going to lean towards Queensland. I'm always going to tip the Blues, ladies and gentlemen. There's a difference between tipping and predicting. So my tip is for the Blues to win, but unfortunately, Patrick, the person, is tipping the Blues, the fan, the absolute gun YouTuber Paddy G. He's a dog. I'm going to tip Queensland to get the series sweep. I think they do it close. I think the Blues are going to put in a lot of effort, but I just think that this Queensland side, the Blues have basically had a game one camp the past 3 camps, whereas Queensland, they know each other by now. They know what they're going to do, and Billy Slater, he wants it. DCE wants it, and Cameron Munster wants it. Now, I did predict him to get game 2 in Man of the Match. And maybe this is my Manly bias, but I do think DCE can get man of the match in game 3. If not him, maybe Munster. I mean, an Origin series without Cameron Munster getting a man of the match? Bruh, when does that ever happen? So I think one of the halves pick it up. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to go DCE, but one of those two as well. First try scorer, I'm going to go a Queenslander. I'm actually going to go Xavier Coates. I think that we haven't really seen the aerial game. To'o has done a pretty good job on him, but if they are going to swap sides, then I think no matter what, Xavier Coates is always going to be in the box seat. So he's going to be my tip for first try scorer. Also, new defensive combinations on the edge. I think DC and Munster are going to target wherever Koloamatangi is standing. So I'm going to tip Coates to be my first try scorer. Anytime try scorers, look, I've picked him in the first few games, and game 3, I actually don't think he'll score in this one, but I'm going to go Harry Grant again. I think with Jake, just Jake and Damien Cook, I think they won't let Harry Grant get the opportunities he had in game 1 and game 2, but he hasn't scored so far, and I may as well ride him in game 3. For the Blues, I'm going to go James Tedesco, no Latrell, no Turbo for both this time. Well, both of them out this time, which means more pressure on Teddy, which means more ball for Teddy. And I don't think James Tedesco has scored an Origin try in a bloody long time. So I'm going to go Teddy. So what's my prediction? I haven't written it down because it's Sunday night, and I'm completely rattled. So Queensland to win. I'm gonna go 16-10. I think 2 tries to 3. Both teams could probably miss a penalty goal. Man of the match DCE. First try scorer Xavier Coates. Anytime try scores, I'm going James Tedesco for the Blues, and I'm going to ride Harry Grant for Queensland for all 3 games. The fan in me is always going to tip the Blues, and I will be doing just so. I'm always going to have a bit of extra incentive on the Blues that you guys don't need to hear about. But my official Paddy G, the Rugby League genius prediction, is that the Queensland Maroons unfortunately get the sweep in our backyard. Like I said, DC man of the match, first try scorer Xavier Coates, anytimes Harry Grant and James Tedesco. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know your winner margin. If you can pick the correct score, then go for broke. First try scorer anytimes and man of the match. And I can't wait to read them all, because I think a few people have gotten close in the first 2 games, but no one's picked it so far. If you did, let me know in the comments. Just spam the comments. That's what they're for. Just type, you're a fat redhead, I do not care. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel, because Origin may be done, but we got a race to September coming, baby. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all once you've done the big 3 in the next one. Friday night.